Alright, so here we have to simplify these two ratios. We'll just do one at a time. If you notice, you are working in different units. So our goal is to get these units to be the same. We have 4 feet over 16 inches. We would like to convert to get those to be the same unit. I think the easiest way to do this is to keep the smaller unit. So whichever one is smaller between feet or inches, we're going to keep that one. So we're going to keep the 16 inches down here. And then what we'll do is we will say we have 4 feet. How many inches is that? So we want to think about any conversions we know between feet and inches. And we know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So we're going to use that fact to help us out. So what we do is we take that, because there's 4 feet and there's 12 inches in each of those feet, we're going to take the 4 feet and we're going to multiply it by the 12 inches. 4 times 12 gives us 48, and now we are in inches. So we got our units to be the same. We kept our smaller unit, because that will be the easiest way to do this. And now we can simplify the ratio. We can't, in the beginning right here, this 4 over the 16, I can't do anything with those numbers until these units match up. So that's what we had to take care of first. Now that we have inches over inches, we can go ahead and take a look at the 48 over 16. Can we reduce it, or does it reduce evenly? 48 does divide by 16 evenly, and we get 3. And then on these simplifying ratios, these do not get a unit, so it's almost like the inches cancel each other out, and our answer is just a 3. So we were able to do that conversion in one step. Sometimes it might take a couple steps to do that, like this next example. We have 3 days over 40 minutes. So which one are we going to keep? Let's keep our smaller unit. So what's smaller, a day or a minute? We know that minutes are smaller. So we're going to keep the 40 minutes. So our goal is to get those 3 days converted into minutes. So how many minutes are in 3 days? Not exactly sure. There might be a unit in between. You know, you have minutes, you have hours, and then you have days. So minutes, hours, and then days. So right now we have days and we're trying to get it back to minutes, so that just means let's convert to our hours and then convert the hours into minutes. So how many days are in, or how many hours are in 1 day? We have 24 hours equal to 1 day. Well, if we have 3 days, we'll take 3 days and we'll multiply it by the 24 hours. That gives us 3 times 24 is 72. So right now we have 72 hours. Now we want the hours to match up with the minutes, so we have to do one more conversion. So do we have any conversion between hours and minutes? And we do. We know that there are 60 minutes in every hour. So we have 72 hours. We're going to take those 72 hours and we're going to multiply it, because each of those hours has 60 minutes within it. So we're going to multiply 72 times 60. And that gives us a pretty big number, but that's what we're looking for. 4,320 minutes. And that kind of makes sense. If you think about 3 days, there's a lot of minutes in 3 days. So now that we got our units to match up, we have minutes over minutes. We can cancel those and work on reducing this number. First thing you could try is just 4,320 divide by 40 evenly. It actually does, like our last example, goes in 108 times. If it did not, we would just leave a reduced fraction as our answer. So reduce as far as you can, divide evenly if that works. And there we have our simplified ratio. So on these, again, keep your smaller unit and convert the big unit into the smaller unit. And think about these common ratios that we know, that we have in our notes, that will help us do that.